What is up, ladies and gentlemen of the internet? No face cam today, but it's me, Scyushi. You can trust me. Back again for some more Trove, and Luxion is back, baby. He's just chilling here in the hub. Looks like a couple people are actually finally getting his dragon for the first time, or at least the first mount, which we'll talk about that respectively in a little bit. His inventory is not really that impressive, honestly speaking. Also, if you hear my voice like dying and stuff, it's because I just woke up. But yeah. So you got a boat, a sail, a rat, and a boot. It's just, it's not really the best inventory, honestly, especially for his second visit in 2020. But hey, whatever. So anyways, the way that this is going to work is the Golden Hoard Dragon Soul. You can buy a limit of 15 of these every time he ends up visiting, which is cool enough and is going to end up giving you various mounts. You're going to get tons and tons of mastery out of that just each time he ends up visiting. In the Golden Hoard Dragon Ascension, you're going to get all these badges slowly for getting 1 Dragon Soul consumed, 5 consumed, and you get a pretty decent ally if you don't have Raptor Berserker. It's a physical ally. And then you'll end up getting the Fledgling, which is this mount that you see these guys using, all the way up to getting tons and tons of mastery, a bunch of different stats, and finally the full Luxion dragon. Now, the funny thing is that this Luxion right here, you see how his wings are just cookie cutter? Oh god. See how his wings are just cookie cutter? That's actually one form below this one. This is the maxed out one. So basically what each of the dragons are going to do, this is kind of what the old school dragons did back in the day, is they're going to end up kind of growing physically each mount, and they're going to end up slowly getting different features. So the adult dragon is going to be able to fly, whereas this one, the ancestral dragon, will actually be able to fly and shoot, where the adult one can't. That's kind of the point, which honestly speaking can end up being a lot better for most situations. But I like that we finally got Luxion. It took long enough. He's got some really nice video effects as well, because you see the shots actually explode into flux. Be cool if we could transform blocks into flux or something, right? So then we've also got a Streamer Dream Box. Now, a Streamer Dream Box, you guys may have caught in my latest live stream, is something that I am regularly giving away, because this is an item that is exclusive from the developers to content creators and then gifted to you guys. So maybe you want to pick this up. I don't know. It's up to you. There's 3 different Streamer Dream Boxes. They're called Streamer Dream Box 1, 2, and 3 respectively, right? And they're going to end up unlocking any of these 3 categories of allies. So this is a streamer dream, and it's got no number to it, which means that it's going to give you stuff out of this first category. And this first category has a whole bunch of different allies that are based on streamers, including my own little playful Scytheling, which there he is right there, just following us around. Let me know in the comments what ally you end up getting out of the Streamer Dream Box, but keep in mind that these don't give mastery, they barely give stats, they're just for the sake of having an ally that is based off of a content creator. And most of these are actually based off of streamers, because back in the day, fun fact, Tryon Worlds only really paid attention to streamers just in general. I think I was the first YouTube channel that they actually started reaching out to, just because my views were pretty much as good as the streamers, because back in the day Trove was just nothing but streamers, and it's like I don't even know if most of those people that have the Streamer Dream Boxes are still playing this game. And then there's the Luxion style stash, which I don't know, not my favorite. Basically what this is going to do is unlock a random seasonal event, pinata, or Luxion equipment style that you don't already have, which quite literally is going to be an item that will, it just gives you different hat styles, different weapon styles, and stuff like that. So if I look up pinata, there we go. I'm bad at spelling. Okay, none of these are the right pinata hat. Well, there's pinata heads that you can end up getting, as well as Luxion styles you can end up getting. It's funny that it says Luxion styles, because I'm pretty sure the only way you can actually get Luxion styles is just from the badge itself, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but you can only get 5 of these per his visit, and it's not really worth getting these, especially with them being 15 dragon coins a pop. That's pretty ridiculous. So then the Flying Cannonbot Wall Trophy, as far as I know, I say this every time, but as far as I know, these are not only beginner's trap, don't get them. it's just a trophy, but these are like trophies that are non-existent anymore. So any of you guys out there that are the very, very, very rare breed of a trophy collector, maybe you want to go for this. Maybe you're trying to get every single trophy in the game. Good luck with that. But 30 dragon coins just for a trophy that you mount on your wall, not really something special. Now, we can finally start looking at these stupid things. So the rat is, the Packrat, where did we used to get that one? Okay, it's actually just from Luxion. The game, like, suddenly got obsessed with rats. I don't know why, but it's just quite literally a Packrat. It's a pun. Get it? Because he's a rat that's got like all these bags on him and stuff like that. And I kind of like the mounts that are adventure themed. I don't like that this rat looks naked, but I like the mounts that are adventure themed and kind of have like your inventory and your treasure loot and all that stuff. So I kind of low-key like this mount, but I'm not the biggest fan of the rat mounts in general, just because I'm not the biggest fan of rats. Not to mention its animation is kind of goofy. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but it's just not that great, you know, like what can I say about it other than that? And then the Cygnus. So this, where did we end up getting this back in the day? Yeah, this was a login item. So sometime in the past, they ended up having it where there would randomly be these various login items, and it would be like once per 2 weeks, once per month type of thing. I don't even fully remember. But this boat right here was actually from the logins, and so was the sail, I guess, as well. It must have come with it, but it's pretty good just because for 70 dragon coins, you're actually getting 60 mastery, as opposed to this rat that actually costs more and only gives 50 mastery. Like, okay. But another thing I want you guys to consider is that the fact that I can buy each of these again, despite the fact that I have them, means that these are tradable. Is it worth picking them up? I don't know. I mean, the market's broken right now. Maybe that's what that hotfix is that they're talking about with the downtime coming up. Maybe the boat's worth it. Maybe. But not really. I don't know. I don't really know that many people that are going to end up going out of their way to end up buying boats and stuff like that is the kind of thing that I'm talking about here. But it's entirely up to you whether or not you want to actually go for the risk and see if it's worth it. It is a very cool boat, though. It's pretty much the closest we've got to like a Gonda boat, we used to call this thing, because it's actually got like a lot of color, a lot of character to it, even though it is kind of like, you see that there's not really crazy shading in the, you know, there's not much gradient and stuff like that. And that, oh, you know what? I was about to say that this boat was actually made by the devs because it was a login boat, but no, it's made by that guy. Totally makes sense why this thing is cooler than anything the devs have put out for a boat. I like how out of habit, just because I thought it was from the devs. What I was going to say is that it didn't have much variance in the color, but still is very impressive because it's very simplistic. But I'll shut up now. Not to mention the sail is just beautiful. Like, look at that thing. Seriously. I don't know. Is there any metallics on this? Doesn't look like it. There is glowing blocks though, so it does have the details to it. I wish that it ended up shooting different cannonballs or just had a different cannon. You know, like the boats could definitely stand to be varied that way, but it's going to end up being a pretty good boat. It's got pretty decent speed too, if I'm not mistaken. 140 movement speed. Yeah, so is that pretty much the same as the chaotic one? I think it's the chaotic cruiser, right? Yeah, 140. Okay, so that's actually a great boat. If you guys don't have a boat, that's a good one to get just because of the movement speed that it has, but it's a boat, okay? It's a boat. And then, yeah, so the Mountain Magpie, this guy, I'm assuming he's from an event or something. Yeah, he was from an event. That's why we can't actually buy him again. Usually they have it so that event items you can only get once, and thus you can't rebuy them from Luxion and sell them over and over. I mean, why would you want to? This thing is atrocious. Maybe someone's into this bird. I don't know. Give me a chocobo mount, man. Then I'm all over it. But I actually like there's a mount equivalent of this that is just from adventure boxes that I just like a lot more. Like, it just, I don't know what it is. These guys right here, the budgie mounts. So, I mean, these guys just look so stupid that I just like the way that they look way better than the Magpie. It's not that it's bad or anything. I kind of like the colors that it has on its tail and junk like that, but I mean, it's just a giant fat bird, but it looks like a pigeon more to me, but it's entirely up to you guys if you want to end up getting it. Again, Lexion's inventory is not that impressive, but It's not like it's awful either. I don't know. I wish he would end up coming around with more premium items, or at the least, if he would visit every weekend instead of every second weekend, then I could justify saying like, oh, his inventory is not that great, but at least he's coming often. You know what I mean? Anyways, thanks for watching. Smash like, sub for more, buy some of the merch you want to support the channel, or if you are new to Trove, use that sign up link in the description, and then anything you end up buying out of the cash shop, I'll end up making a cut of it. Very, very appreciated, by the way, those of you that have done that. Seriously, thank you all so much for doing that, because it makes a big difference in these times where, I mean, it's earlier in the year, so views are, you know, not that great, and ads revenue is just trash. But I seriously appreciate you guys giving me the opportunity to do what I love for a living. So thank you so much. Love you all to death. Sayonara, and stay epic as always, gamers.